Hi, Roy Williams with Airframe Components, and today our topic of discussion will be Cessna 182 elevators. We're going to be discussing Service Bulletin SB 02-55-1, which is for restart aircraft 1997 and later, and then Service Bulletin SEB 03-1, which encompasses all of your legacy aircraft built up through 1986. Both service bulletins address the same issues, just two different service bulletins depending on whether you have an earlier aircraft or a later aircraft. On these service bulletins, we are going to be looking at the outboard hinge area and balance tab area of the elevators. This elevator I have in here is a right-hand elevator. This is used on all of your 182 aircraft, 1965 and later. This was used also on the early Cessna 206 and P206 series aircraft as well, with the small tail as referred to. On the service bulletins, what Cessna is most concerned with is the outboard hinge area, loose and working fasteners in this area, and then also deformation of the balance tab skin, wrinkles typically occurring across the corner of this skin, typically due to just poor pilot technique as far as releasing the yoke during ground handling maneuvers. In the service bulletin, Cessna instructs you to remove the plastic tip fairing from the elevator, remove the end rib from the elevator, giving you access to the spar area to install additional rivets, as well as addressing the rivets that are already there. This seems to be excessively intrusive on the structure. Our preferred method of installing rivets along this spar line is simply to remove rivets along the trailing edge of the elevator and then use a piece of steel as a bucking bar for installing new fasteners. This particular bar that I have here is simply 1.5 by 3/8 steel bar stock. You can cut it to any length that you want. This would allow you to slide the bucking bar from the trailing edge with the rivets removed into the elevator structure to access the back sides of these rivets for bucking the rivets. Do not install blind rivets, do not install Cherry Max rivets along this line right here. Cherry rivets will be prone to working over time, and then you'll just create an even bigger problem. So you definitely want to use a driven solid rivet in this area. This can be by using this method right here with the piece of steel bar stock, removing the rivets along the trailing edge. This can be accomplished with the elevator on the aircraft. The elevator does not even have to be removed from the aircraft. On the service bulletin, you will take out the number 3 rivets, replace those with -4 rivets, the 1/8" rivets, and then you will also install additional 2 rivets in between these existing rivets here for a total of 5 rivets in this bay, and then 1 more rivet in the bay between the tip and this last corrugation. These rivets will be installed along the top surface of the spar as well as the lower surface of the spar as well. So here we have an overhauled unit with all brand new skins, new tip plastic as well, but you can see that the additional rivets have been installed. The rivet size has been increased from a -3 to a -4 rivet. So the final product will have the additional rivets. This is an easy way to identify if the service bulletin has been complied with as well. While working on the Cessna 182 elevators, another area that you might look at and inspect as well is the rivets around the collar on the torque tube at the inboard end of the elevator. These rivets are prone to working since they are in a shear load continuously. So while you're working on the elevator and doing service bulletin compliance, this is a good area to go looking for loose and working fasteners as well. Here we have a overhauled Cessna 182 elevator. This has all brand new skins, new hinge material, new tip plastic, interior epoxy prime, and then of course compliance with service bulletin with the additional rivets at the outboard hinge area.